Now, as I told you guys, one of the case studies will come from this particular module, performance appraisal. Okay? Now, our friend Mahmoud has been generous enough to help us with a case study himself. Okay? So, as I said, right now you're having your examination. You're having your assessment right now. I would want you to listen to Mahmoud's case study, and I want you to answer. Then we'll look at the slides. Mahmoud, could you please tell your friends what is happening?
Okay, in my company, I supervise 5 employees. They are my staff. One of them is recently hired, like 8 months. And
can you also mention? You said you have got 5 staff.
Yeah.
How old are the others in terms of tenure?
The others are the newest of them is like 2 years in the company, and one of them is 5 years. And actually, the new guy, the Irish guy, he's from Ireland, and he's the youngest of them.
In terms of tenure?
Yeah. And also in age.
Okay.
He's the youngest. He's like 25 years old. But he's very clever. He's learning very fast. He's having a very good performance. So I made a decision to let them to supervise the people because I have more responsibilities from starting from 2015. So I will not be having so much time.
You promoted him, didn't you?
Exactly.
Okay.
I promoted him to supervise them, and he will be reporting to me. So the other employees think that he is my favorite guy because he is the newest of them, he is the youngest of them, and he is their supervisor now. So they think that it was an unfair decision from me, and most of them are really frustrated about that. So I don't even know how to do it because I want them to know he is the best of them. He is doing the highest performance, but if I say that, I know it will insult them.
What other information do you need from Mahmoud to answer his situation? What he should have done or what he has not done? To clarify, this is your case study.
Did you try with the other guys?
Ask him.
Did you try with the other guys, to enhance their performance?
Well, their performance according to their objectives is good.
No, her question is, did you try to coach all the others?
Well, exactly. Well, the point is they are doing good performance. I get what I want from them.
But why this new guy?
This gentleman has exceeded your expectations.
Exactly. He is very motivated. And
do you have a documented measure?
Yeah. Numbers.
Of course, there are figures, like
you can prove
achievements.
That he's better than them.
Of course I do.
Any questions from you guys to him? The first part is that, could you just shortly repeat it for her?
Which part exactly?
The first part of it.
Okay. In my company, I supervise 5 employees. They are my staff. Actually, one of them is Irish, is the newest guy, and the other 4 people, one from India, one from Syria, one from Hong Kong, and the other one is from Malaysia. So, the new guy, he is just 8 months in our company, and he is doing the best performance. He is learning, and he's doing his job, well, like 100%, 110%. And because starting from 2015, I got new responsibilities, so I don't have much time to be with my staff like I used to be in 2014, whatever. So I decided to promote one of them to be their supervisor, and he will be reporting to me. So I choose this guy because, as I told you, he's very motivated, he's very hyperactive, he's learning very fast, and his performance is very.
How long were your employees there for?
The newest is like 2 years, and the oldest is like 5 years.
And how was their performance before the new guys?
Their performance is good. They are doing the job good. I have no complaint about that.
Are they initiating ideas?
What?
Are
Sorry?
they being creative?
No, not creative. They were doing the job that they asked it for. The objectives, if you compare the performance with the objectives, it is very good.
So before that new guy had come on board, did you coach? Did
we had one before them. Well, if you say in 2014, even when the guy was here, I wasn't having a lot of responsibility, so I was supervising them myself.
No, answer the question. She said, did you have any formal coaching training done on the older guys?
Well, from the ex-supervisor, not me, yes, they were having coaching.
Okay.
What about you?
What about me? Well, they are doing the job very good. I didn't do any coaching.
Okay.
So I don't want to do something that can, I'm sorry.
Okay, now.
I don't
Yes,
want to do something.
Rev has a question
that-
here. Rev, can you ask what is your question?
Well, if the junior one had almost 2 years joined, so approximately you have done 4 evaluation or appraisal forms
I have done evaluations 2013 and 2015.
for all of them,
Exactly.
and you're just saying
Except
that
except the newest one. I have done just 2015.
And how was the evaluation results for
It
the
was
others?
good. It was good. There is no complaint.
No, on a scale of
For
1
all
to
of
5.
them. I would say 3, 4, 4, 4, and 5.
Who was the 5?
The Irish guy.
Okay.
Okay, do you have
Okay, now, thanks, Mahmoud.
Do you have
Sit down.
personal
Come
here.
just
Say something.
Okay,
discussion?
one last question. One last question, yes.
You're unfair.
One last question,
Do
yes.
you have a personal relationship with this guy?
Very important question, 1 minute.
No.
Very important question.
No.
Not at all. You don't go out with him.
The question was that do you have any personal linkage with him, any social linkage? He said no.
This might backfire on you.
No, and this is why you think I.
Okay, now sit down.
Can
Now,
Can I ask one more question?
wait, okay, just last.
One more question.
Is it allowed in the HR system, according to the procedure of the HR department, is it allowed to promote somebody in less than a year?
Yes.
My question.
Yes. Yes, I have.
As per the policy.
Yes, yes, yes. I have the right to.
Okay, now sit
I
down,
have one
Mahmoud.
more question.
Yes, Dima, what is it? Last.
I just want to ask, on what basis would you make a decision?
He said he was achieving 110% of the
I know,
objective.
I understand. Under what basis have you made a decision to promote the new guy when you did not take the steps with the old guys in terms of mentoring, coaching, training, and trying to get the best out of them?
It was done before I come to the company, and to be
Yes.
honest with you,
I'm
I
not
didn't
talking
want
about-
to do.
I'm talking
I
about-
didn't want to do this again because their performance is very good. I thought, or I was afraid if I do something wrong, that will affect badly their
Oh,
performance.
no, my question was,
Are you sure that you can handle all this team?
my question was, you.
Oh, he's talking about.
It is for 2 months now, and he's doing very good.
Now, we will now see the slides. Okay. Now I would want you, you heard the case study. Now this is what's going to come. This is how it's going to come to you in the assessment. Now I would want you to individually, Zoe, come here. I want you to write this down. I would want you to tell me, each one of you, the things that he did right. I repeat, I would want, you've all heard the story, the case. Now I would want you to write down, tell me, outline the things that he did right.
Evaluate their
Authorized.
performance.
He what?
Evaluate their performance.
Okay, try this.
No, excuse me. He might do a lot of all the steps right, but
No,
finally the decision
we are
is
going to
wrong.
look at it in two phases. Use this. Evaluated. He has evaluated. What else did he do right? Yes.
He promotes somebody else to
He delegated.
do, I mean, to get a job.
This is not a delegation, this is a
Empowerment.
promotion. This is a
What?
promotion.
As an empowerment.
Yeah, this is a delegation.
Delegation and empowerment, because he would, this new guy would supervise the others and he would report into him. So he is actually giving a part of his supervisory responsibilities into this new guy.
Did you change his title?
Of course, I'm sure he has.
This is the promotion.
This is a promotion.
Okay. Promotion, fine, but
Yes, it's a
promotion with
promotion.
delegation.
Delegation is different.
No,
I
no,
can
promotion with delegation.
withdraw my
No,
delegation from him.
Promotion with empowerment. Empowerment has to come with promotion, to an extent. Okay. What else did he do right? Focus on the right now.
See, also the employees, regardless of who they were training, they were coached before.
Okay. Mention. What else did he do right?
He said the targets and the objectives were all
Yes, Dima, you said something?
No, I was just checking on his point.
Okay. Yes, sure. Jasmine?
He has mentioned that all of them are good. And they're
No, he mentioned categorically the others are 3, 4, 4.
Yeah. But he said they're completing their job. They're accomplishing their
Yes,
task.
but they're not overachieving. They are not overachieving. He said they are doing the job. In a performance appraisal scale, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 is good, means meeting standards. 4 and 5 are exceeding and over exceeding standards. So he had a 3 and a 4. Now,
maybe they are just
Maybe
doing
it's
the
more
job
energetic.
because they are waiting for something and it's not coming.
please write this down.
Again?
It's just
Again, again.
What did you write? What did you say?
Maybe they are just doing the job because they are waiting for the next step and it's not happening.
Okay.
That's wrong thing or positive or negative?
No, no, no. It's a neutral thing. They are doing their job. He has done a performance appraisal system. He has graded them 3 and 4. So we cannot say, yes,
So it means that he evaluated them on their personal qualifications regardless.
not personal, performance.
Yeah, okay, sorry.
Performance.
Performance, yeah, regardless their
Nationality.
whether they received the coaching or not. And he said that although the newest guy was the one who did not receive the coaching, but he had the best performance.
Is it what you said?
Well, again, sorry, I didn't hear what she said.
She said that like you have coached the older guys,
Or they received.
okay, and they were just doing their job, but the new guy did not coach at all. He overexceeded the job. Is this correct?
Well, he had a previous experience.
You did not coach him.
I did not.
Okay. Okay, now,
Maybe it's more energetic.
now,
He is.
Ziad, come here. Now I would want you to write down, use the black ink, okay? What are the areas he had gaps? I'm not saying the word he went wrong, but what are the gaps he could have filled up?
He neglected
One by one, one by one.
He did not communicate with other staff.
Communication. Well, wherein he had the immediate necessity to at least channelize a part of his responsibilities. Can I say this? Mahmoud, would you agree with me on this?
I would agree, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I have one thing.
Yes.
Did he make right evaluation like the age, the experience, everything about the...
That's there. That was there. Okay? That was the first step.
Yeah, he should have taken into consideration that when a newbie joins, a newbie is motivated, he has the energy, and he has to prove himself.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going back once again to that module of job designing. Fine, today it's very easy to have Mahmoud and hang him. I mean, probably we'll ask somebody to get the rope, Rania will get the rope and we'll hang him from there. And that's usually what happens. Okay? For a performance appraisal gone wrong, we always hang the line manager. Live example in front of you. Okay? But if you dig deep, and if you are getting a case study, or for God's sake, if you're getting a real life situation at work, you have to go back and you're dissecting the body of the performance appraisal. On an operating table, you have to first go down to the job designing of the supervisor, which had forced him to delegate or which had forced him to scatter a part of his responsibility. Yes, it is very evident in this case study, he wanted a part of his responsibilities to be taken care of. It is very evident, there is no debate about that. And he did not have the power, the organizational power, to change the job, to redefine the job. So what he could do in his own realm of power, okay, he tried to conduct a performance appraisal. And he found this new guy, which is unfortunate that this guy was a new guy. Okay? This entire discussion and this entire debate in this room or in this organization would not have happened if the guy promoted was an older one. Okay? Are you agreeing with me? Because culturally, denominatically, everybody in this room and in his office, in his team, would have agreed, okay, one of the older boys got promoted. No problem. But the dissent here is a new guy. Unfortunately for him, he had a new guy who was good. And on a macro view, on a bigger picture, I would say he has done the right thing. On a bigger picture, okay? On a bigger picture, he has done the right thing because he needs to develop his department. He needs new blood, new ideas, new energies. Okay? But he still runs the risk. He still runs, I'm telling you, do you know why? He still runs the risk of losing the 4 guys, of demotivating the 4 guys, of hampering the performance of the 4 guys. Now, if Mahmoud is right now in a position to stand here and say, Deep, Khalas, I don't mind. If these 4 guys go away, I'll get another 4. They're not great. Okay? They're not great. They're not superstars. I can get replacement for them. So all of us will shut up. But if he stands there and says, no, I can't afford to lose them, then there is a problem. Performance appraisal, ladies and gentlemen, thanks Ziad for the help. We'll keep these points out here. Performance appraisal is a very sensitive issue. As you have seen him, and he's living it. He's living it day in, day out. It is stressful not only for his team, okay, who is feeling left out, but it is stressful for him as well as a line head. Would you agree to that? Okay? So it's not that he's happy and he's, like sipping on cocoa. He's not happy as well. So a performance appraisal gone wrong can affect both the ends. I will show you a few forms later on, 360-degree forms, which does the performance appraisal across all angles. Now, what Mahmoud said, to quote him once again, please correct me if I'm wrong. He said the new boy's performance was high. Was the KPIs defined in your department? Yes. Was the KPIs communicated to everybody? Yes. In writing and in paper? Yes. How often were the performance reviews happening?
Once a year.
Once a year. So, may I ask you this question that which means you sat down with your team to review their performance only once a year?
Yes.
Incorrect. Severely incorrect. And when I do show you the errors, this is one of them. Okay? Which means, as Dima pointed out, and she kept on asking this question that about coaching and mentoring. Because cancer, my aunt, 65, had breast cancer, and being that generation that she comes from, she thought if she talks about the pain that she's facing, people will be disturbed and people will be worried unnecessarily. So she kept quiet. She kept on popping paracetamol whenever she had a problem. And finally, when it was revealed, it was beyond repair. So the doctor said, if you guys could have come to us at least 3-4 months back, we could have done something. So this is the same story with it. Or people who does only annual appraisals. Great. Annual appraisals is probably there for your increments and bonuses. No problem. But before you do your annual appraisals, you need to do your reviews. If not monthly, at least quarterly. Etihad Airways do it after every 7 days. Etihad Airways, Emirates Airlines, IBM, they do it 7 days or 15 days. No, I'm saying they're so.
It's a little too much.
They have weekly targets, probably. Let's say, like how many? There's one lady in my certification class. She's from Emirates. Like they have things like did the stewardess sit when like when the flight lands? The stewardess is also supposed to sit with the belts. One of them did not have the belt on. So the supervisor, who is also a part of the crew, went to her and said, like, you did not put your belt on. Okay, this is your first warning. However, I've got to report this. Report this in the sense in your file. So when this stewardess who did not have the belt on goes for the annual appraisal after probably 9 months, it is going to be documented. The things she did right, things she did wrong. Okay? We move on to this. Roles and responsibilities of the manager. Set achievable goals. Mahmoud, please don't take it otherwise. Okay? We are just going to use your case study. Okay? We're not trying to hurt you.
I'm okay with that.
Please. Okay? So, achievable goals were they set? Were they reviewed? Fine. The new guy was a superstar. How many? Yes, you said about Messi. How many Messis do we have in the Argentine team? How many Messis are there in the Argentine team? How many Messi? Yes. You said you like Messi.
I like him.
So how many Messis are there in the Argentina team? Only one. How many Ronaldos are there in the Portugal team? Only one. So fine. This guy might be Mahmoud's Messi. This guy might be Mahmoud's Messi. This guy might be Mahmoud's Ronaldo. Okay? But these superstars are only 1 or 2 in number. Everybody is not a superstar. Great. You made him the team captain. Okay? But have you informed the others that what are supposed to be the criteria to be a superstar? Yeah. To be a star. Yeah, to be a star. To be a star, not a superstar. What kind of motivation was provided for the rest of the 4 guys when they were achieving 3s and 4s? My question. Don't answer me. What was the motivation provided? How much talk went into to them? That buddy, you've got 3, you're an old guy. You've been with me for the last 5 years. I do not expect a 3 from you. Tell me how can I help you to go to 5? How much of these conversations happened? Clear communication. That mate, you're on 4. You're here for the last 4 years. This guy is just joined a year back. He's scoring a 5 in KPIs. I'm in a situation that by next month or next year, I need to have a supervisory grade. So if your performance doesn't come up, I have to give it to him. Okay? So you tell me, you guys are old boys. So you tell me what kind of help and support you need from my end to bring you up.
Does that happen in practical?
It should happen in practical. It does not happen in practical. Why? Mahmoud was not in a position to do all these things or spend this time because his job volume was not correctly designed. He was overworked. Okay, he was overworked. It's not that he's a bad guy. He's not Dr. No, man. You remember the villain of James Bond, Dr. No? He's not Dr. No. He doesn't want to feed them lizards. But with all the interest or impetus from him, he could not do because he was stressed for labor. So when this is happening, you need to go back and redefine your job volume again. When you identify this from your HR audits, that this is happening, look at the the job volume again. Is it practical? Provide the required resources. Required supervisory skills include technical job-related skills, functional skills, finance manager, marketing skills, finance skills, organizations and conceptual skills, information, knowledge about policies, procedures, processes, and finally, interpersonal skills. In the section of the job description, the one that I shown you, in the last section, if you remember, which says competencies, for a leader or a supervisor, there has to be leadership skills mentioned out there. Delegation of work. Once again, Mahmood's case, please follow it. Too much of work versus too little of work. If there is too much of work, there is a lack of guidance. Do you feel this happened in his case?
Yeah.
Yes.
There is a lack of responsibility. There might be laziness also.
How come? Laziness with too much
Too little work. Sorry, this is too little work. Too little work. That is too much work. See, the seesaw is this side, heavy. Okay. In case of too much of work, there forms a situation of lack of trust. This is too much. This is too little. Too much of too little work. There is not much to do. I can afford to be lazy. Lack of concern for employee development, which happened in Mahmood's case. He was doing appraisal meetings because probably, please correct me if I'm wrong, that's a part of the company procedure.
That's right.
Okay? He did the annual appraisal meeting because he was supposed to submit 5 forms to the HR department, or else they would grab him by the collar. Then what are the forms for your employees? If you don't submit the forms by, let's say, 15th of December, they will not get increment. So Charlie, give me your forms. So he did a meeting and gave it to him. Too much of work. Incorrect designing. Performance management process is first you need to have a performance plan. Where is it outlined? Where do you see the performance plan? In the job description. Areas of responsibility. Specific measures of work. Did you forget the JD format? Okay. Next comes coaching and feedback.
Sir, in the performance plan, at the beginning of the year,
They
define
should know.
objectives and competence and all this.
No,
Where
they
does it
should-
fit?
They should know what they're supposed to do and how much they're supposed to do. If you remember the JD format, it says areas of responsibility and specific
Yes,
measures.
yes.
They should know it clearly that I need to sell 10 bottles of water every month. I need to complete 15 processes every day. Whatever is there. I need to send out 25 emails every day. It should be outlined. And then, if not weekly, as you said, and I agree, but at least on a monthly basis, there should be a review of the KPIs. How much of it are they achieving? What are the problems they are facing? Why cannot the older boy get a 4.5 or a 5? And that's where the coaching and feedback comes up. Do you know the feedback principle? How you give feedback? What is the law? What is the formula of feedback? Khalida, you don't know your work. Whoever has employed you, How could you work like this? You're so irresponsible. Is this the right feedback? Feedback, ladies and gentlemen, is a sandwich. The two breads are the two good things about the employee. And the meat is the areas of improvement. Khalida, I really appreciate your timekeeping. You're so good on time. You're never late for work. However, I would be really happy if you could send out the emails on time. But when it comes to, like your interpersonal relationships with your other guys, you're the tops. One good, areas of improvement, one good. And ladies and gentlemen, feedback should always be interpersonal, not in front of the entire football team. Performance reviews at least once a month, if not formally, informally, with documentation. Identify, in the performance reviews, you'll find out the gaps and you'll find out how to close those gaps. This is the overall process of performance management. Identify and close the gaps. In the performance review, you'll find out the gaps. Then you identify the gaps and you close the gaps. Rani, are you with me?
Yes.
Clear?
Yes.
First, the plan. What are you supposed to do? Sell 10 bottles of water a day. If I'm not selling the 10 bottles, you coach and feedback me. Do a review. After a month of coaching, how am I doing? And then close the gaps. The performance appraisal provides a mean for discussing, planning, reviewing the performance of each employee. It helps employees clearly define and understand their responsibilities, provide a criteria by which their performance will be evaluated, and suggest ways in which they can improve performance. Is the performance appraisal a mean to show him that how bad he is? Is the purpose of performance appraisal to insult him? No. The performance appraisal is a tool that you use to identify the gaps in your organization or your team and close it. Improve it. Some people even call it performance improvement plan. Identify employees with potential for advancement within the company. Helps managers distribute and achieve departmental goals. Again, Mahmood. Provides a fair basis for awarding compensation based on merit. Now, if this case study of Mahmood had been happening across the year, let's assume that his job is well designed. He doesn't have work pressure. Let's assume. And he was conducting the KPI reviews every month. Do you think